Here's Shaf. Great work. Acceleration there. There's a run in the middle, which was Tango. Yahya cutting that one out. Faisal giving away cheaply.
Time.
Sam Rami. We're looking to him to make the inroads for Titans against Manchester's finest defence today. Here's Tango on the ball now. Shaf. Great shot by Shaf. Oh, it's gone under the body. And it's 1-0 Titans. Early on, they've already taken the lead. Manchester's finest under pressure.
Finished.
It was good work by two of Ultimate League's most decorated players, Tango and Shaf. And a snapshot going underneath the body of the goalkeeper. Looking very confident, but he's overconfident there. Minaz giving it away to Sam. And here's Haroon now. It's Haroon up against two Manchester's finest players, and eventually it was wrestled off him by Yahya. Ake. Immediate pressure on him by Momo. Looks like Momo is man-marking anyone in that central area. Shaf, back to Haroon, he couldn't get out of his feet. Minaz is watching him well. Good strength there by the dentist. And down the line towards Junaid, who's a one-on-one here. Up against the experienced Shiraz. Mazhar on the overlap. Given away again, cheaply by Manchester's finest. And Tango's got 10 yards of space around him. And here's Shaf in a dangerous position. And if Shaf can get his shot off first time, you can guarantee he's going to be testing the goalkeeper. But Faisal just about made his presence known. Yahya in a bit of space. His shot. Oh, it's Lale. And it's eventually gone out for, is it a corner? It's a penalty. A penalty's been given for that. All coming about from a speculative shot by Yahya, fizzed into Lale. He's fumbled it, and then the proceedings after that, there was a foul in the build-up, and it's a nothing situation that Manchester's finest have got a penalty out of. Titans again at cause for their own downfall. Can they give Finest a passport back into this game out of absolutely nothing? Or can Lale make up for an error? It's thrashed down the middle. Titans pegged back again. Another error from a Titans player. And it's 1-1. Mazhar to take the throw in. Finest got the tails up now after being given a free ticket back into this game. Sam. Oh, look at this. This is what Sam's best at. Running with pace and power. Haroon, who's had a lot of the ball in a lot of space. So far, it's a good ball to Tango, who gets there, looking for Shaf in the middle. Cleared away. Shiraz misses it. And it's a 2-1-1 here. Titans trying to stream back. Junaid, Yahya, that's a heavy touch. And he's gone down under pressure. The referee says no to that one, although that looked more of a clear-cut penalty than the first one. This game is really livened up here. Who looks very confident. Mustafa Rabai is not part of the Titan squad, but he's enjoying the entertaining game so far. He'll be in action for Underdogs later on as they play MFC. MFC who are the favourites to go down, but they did very well against Galacticos last week until their last gasp winner. Faisal with an in-swing corner, Dawood with a mistimed header. You should really be making that count. A man of his physique and his man of his height should really be making that kind of thing count. He's trying to atone for some of the lack of movement last week, with this week making some movement. Tango, great skill to get past Dawood. Looking for Shaf. That seems to be the game plan for Titans. Get Shaf on the ball as much as you can. Taki with a fantastic first touch. Yahya. Junaid's in the middle. Nathan cutting that one out. Great work by Nathan. Junaid was waiting for it, eagerly waiting to pounce. Ali Raza. We already mentioned you. We said you've not been dropped. You're out injured. There's Junaid doing well against Shiraz one-on-one. And Yahya, here he is on the ball. It's Aki, lifted over the goalkeeper. Manchester's finest find themselves in the lead. A fantastic finish by Aki. Using those long legs to lift it over Lale. And Titans find themselves behind. Here's Tango. Tango and Cole will be wondering how they've just let this game slip through their fingers at the moment. Tango lets that one run to Nathan. But they've got a lot of talent on show. Here's Nathan. Haroon lining himself up for a shot. It's deflected off his own player, Nathan. Haroon. Nathan with his left foot shot. Testing Ali already. Shaf back into Sam Rami. Can he test him? Superb work by Sam. 2-2. Sam Rami showing composure under extreme pressure. And it's Titans 2, Manchester's finest 2. Fantastic work. The shot was parried out. Sam picked up the ball and just as if he's playing in the park, no pressure whatsoever. And it's 2-2. 4 goals in just 22 minutes of this game so far. we're in for an absolute classic again. And here's Haroon on the ball now on the right-hand side. Here's Shaf. He's beating the offside trap. Tangled in the... Shaf pulling the trigger. We mentioned it earlier. Shaf, the wily old fox, is looking to pull the trigger at every opportunity to try and catch Ali off guard. He's got that extra yard of pace and the surprise factor. But I think Ali will be wiser to that kind of tactic. He'll be on his toes as soon as Shaf receives the ball. The title contenders in terms of going forward and the players that they have got, the array of talent. But defensively, they look very inexperienced. It's a brilliant ball by Nathan. Shaf! Tango playing into Shaf. Well, it will be a very interesting stat to see how many times Tango has picked out Shaf. Nathan looking it forward. Ali coming out, flapping at it. A penny for Waxy's thoughts there. And then we've got Heather up here closer. Hey, they're just watching on, learning from some of the errors that he made last week. Although the Titans' defenders have been much better without him. And there's another error, this time by Shiraz. Momo really doing well, mopping up some of the mess that Titans find himself in as a throw-in. This break of play gives us opportunities to show you the Man of the Match medal, which we'll be handing out today. It's going to be difficult to give it to any of the defenders so far, but some of the attacking talent on display may be given this medal, depending on seeing which way the result's going to go. That's headed up by Yaya for a corner. Last week, Sam Rame was a very good contender for Man of the Match, and he would have won that Man of the Match award had Titans won the game or got themselves a draw. But as it was, Ultimate League's greatest goal scorer, Bobby Rizvi, popped up with yet another match-winning goal. Bobby Rizvi, there's a... wait for this corner to play out. Haroon! Headed wide. Bobby Rizvi, who we'll be seeing possibly later on for Underdogs. Let him time afterwards. He's going to try and tear up some of these defences. Tango, inside for Momo, who was too casual there. Dawood! Good save. No closing down by any of the Titans players. And it's half-time. Whistle's gone. What a game so far. Titans 2, Manchester's Finest 2. Titans took an early lead through Shaf's pot shot. And then, inexplicably, Titans let Manchester's Finest back into the game. Yaya's 20-yard shot, fizzing shot, was saved by Lale, parried out when he could have actually gathered it. And in the ensuing rebound, Dawood was bundled over to the ground and he won a penalty which Junaid lashed down the middle. Not soon after that, Ake chipped the goalkeeper after Manchester's Finest again capitalised on some Titans' sleepy defensive work. But then immediately, Sam Rame, through confined space, managed to round the goalkeeper and convert, and it was 2-2. Titans in dialogue now. They've got a lot of experienced heads in this team talk compared to last week. Shiraz, the skipper, who's got the best view of what's going on in front, will be directing some of the attacking play to try and improve Titans going forward and try and score that goal. And defensively, they need to improve. Much like Teacher class players, Darbo and Martin, who combined very well last week in stopping TSCI from winning. Martin, who won the Man of the Match, his first game in 4.5 years, he said, if Titans can defend like Teacher class did last week, compact unit, they can really improve their second half display. And there's Imi Haq now, who's been convinced to play this season. He was originally not signing up for Ultimate, and he was exclusively playing Saturday League. Was in dialogue with Josh earlier this week, who said Imi Haq has been called back after a lot of pressure from Rizzy Malik. And we'll be looking towards his talents against Underdogs. Titans have made a double substitution for the second half. Pum is on, and so too is Umar. Haroon and Momo have been brought off. Fergie is still awaiting his Manchester's Finest debut. Dropped by Young Guns after Tukir was very, very concerned about last week's display. And it's almost a misunderstanding. Ali, Manchester's Finest goalkeeper, will be under a lot of pressure now, with Waxy watching on at home, no doubt, on his laptop on WYSIWYG, to see how Manchester's Finest goalkeeper is doing here. Here's Sam, who will really look into testing him out. Here's Tango. Oh, Shaf! And Tango's shot come through ball almost became a brilliant assist for Shaf, and it's a fantastic save by Ali, who's really atoning for some of the criticism he's been getting. A real egg in the face for a lot of his critics if he can manage to pull off a few more like that. Shaf looking to unleash again. Great save by Ali again. Shaf getting some shots off, not a lot of closing down. Manchester's fans should already know all about Shaf's abilities from scoring goals. And it's Quite surprising that they're not closing him down. With his Morgan Schneiderlin jersey. And Minaz with his Neymar Jr. Shirt. Minaz claiming that he thought he had a very strong feeling that Neymar was going to sign. And that was his reasoning for getting the shirt. It doesn't look too bad, if only the transfer had happened. Meanwhile, Manchester's Finest have a chance here to whip in the ball on this wet surface towards the goalkeeper. Lale fumbles it, but it's over the bar. And that cheer that you heard was Young Guns have scored. Their decision to drop Fergie has been justified. And TSCI, who really struggled this season in their first game, already looking like they're struggling in the second game of the season as well. They could be out of sight of underdogs. Dawood! Oh, just guiding and using the power used by Junaid back towards goal. Lale left that one, and he was right to do so. Doing really well to get that ball out of that area. Tango lumping it along towards Shaf, and that one was pulled off. That would have been a potential goal-scoring opportunity. As it was, Shaf couldn't get that ball down. Here's Sam. Every time he gets on the ball, there's a jolt of excitement in the Titans fans. Great work by Minaz. Questioning of a slide, and it is. No, it isn't. What's Nigel saying here? Nigel's just wandering off with his hood on into the middle of the penalty area. He's given a free kick here. No, he's given a penalty. It has been given. Minaz with a questionable slide. Not only has he got a questionable jersey on with the numbering on the back. Tango, the second penalty of the game. Tango. Saved! And the rebound's converted by Pum. Tango misses yet another penalty in Ultimate League, but Pump saves his blushes. 3-2 to Titans. They take the lead for the first time since they went 1-0 up. Now they've got to hold on to this lead, which means they've got to keep Heather off the pitch. Bro, all in good jest. Heather taking it very well there. Tango. After much... Oh, Shaf! No, Shaf, sorry. Tango bringing down Minaz, sorry. I thought it was Shaf who's been brought down there. Spitting images of each other, Shaf and Minaz.
Rugby tackle.
It was a terrible, terrible challenge there by the Titans player. And now there's an opportunity here for Manchester's Finest to get back on level terms. Junaid shifting it. Yaya! And it's blocked away by Haroon. Yaya. Haroon brought back on in after the goal was scored. Shaf coming off. Titans will want to protect this lead. Pum lets it run, and it's brilliant by Faisal at the very last. Junaid. Can't let him cut inside here. Junaid getting it off Tango. Tango using experience really well. Umar now can use his youthful exuberance to roll it forward. Here's Pum. Good tackle by Faisal. Yaya trying to drill it from the halfway line. He has much confidence in his ability. Azar. Faisal lifting it forward towards Yaya. Listen. Headed by Shiraz. I don't think he knew it was around him in that area. He's gone for a throw-in. After much protestation from playing in Ultimate this season, Ozzy has made an appearance. You can see him there just taking in his pre-match melons. He's going to be making his way around here. It's unknown whether he's going to be playing today. He's track-suited up. He's trying to hide there behind Rizzi Malik. Rizzi Malik is a great person to hide behind. You can hide behind him completely. Rizzi Malik's on the phone there to making sure his team turns up on time. And Imi Haq is one of his players who's already here, the assistant manager. They're just discussing tactics, how they're going to stop the champions. Here, who's going to stop Sam Rami here? Sam Rami, Pum's in the middle. Umar, deflected into the back of the net. 4-2 to Titans. Titans got themselves daylight now. They were on the receiving end of 4 goals last week. They have put 4 goals into the Manchester's Finest Onion bag this week. They are really struggling here, Manchester's Finest, that they have in recent seasons. Defensively, look shambolic. Sam Rami has definitely made them look shambolic. Good save with his knees by Ali. Good tackle by Tango. And Yaya doing well there to win the ball in that 50-50. And he's getting it out of his feet to find Ake. Immediate cross looking towards 2 in the middle. Dawood! Fergie's there. No, he's not. Sam Rami doing really well again. He leaves the defenders red-faced and he doesn't really bat an eyelid about doing it. Nathan back to Sam. Can he get a second goal to round up a fantastic display? Oh, and it's Umar picks up the pieces. 5-2. This is turning into a real disaster. The floodgates have opened in the Manchester's Finest defence. Another assist for Sam Rami. His shot was blocked off by Ali. Umar with the most simple of tap-ins. He's helped himself to 2 goals. Sam gets a standing ovation as he comes off for Titans. A fantastic man of the match display. Yeah. Azar could have volleyed it. Mark Van Bastenesque. And he's headed it into the middle there by Dawood, and it's off the line by Umar. We were saying Marco Van Bastenesque, a volley would have been available there, but he crossed it in, and it's a header by Dawood, not for the first time, and it's off the line this time. Good work by Pum. Shifts it to Momo. Could he help himself to a goal here? He was unselfishly looking to lay it off. And here's Sam, who's unselfishly laid it off to Pum, who's bobbled it onto the crossbar. Sam, very selfless play there. Pum should have converted that one. Was given away terribly by Faisal. Pum might get a second chance, but Haroon's greedily gone for goal, but he's been vindicated with that. 6-2 to Titans. Manchester's Finest have fallen apart here. Aki stands with his hands on his hips, wondering what he's got himself into here. Manchester's Finest are in for a long season if things don't get better after this. 2-2 at half-time on a knife edge. And in the second half, 4 goals were scored. If you were told that at the half-time, you'd have been thinking, oh, we could be in for a potential 4-4. It's not gone that way. Titans have dominated this second half, 4-0 in this second half. It could even get worse. Pum, they're 1-on-1 defending. Pum, can he make up for that horrible mistake a couple of minutes ago? Sam Rami, 7-2 to Titans. This is turning into an absolutely embarrassing performance from Finest. Sam's on 2 now. It has to be said that they did take Minaz off to commit men forward, and it's fallen apart from there. 7-2 though is unacceptable. No one's really stood out for Manchester's Finest to say, you know, I played well or I did my best. They've fallen apart. They need experience in there. It could get worse. Haroon. Still Haroon. It's off the bar. Not gone in. This is turning out to be the way Manchester United cut Arsenal apart by 8-2 at Old Trafford 6 years ago. It's a nightmare for Finest. Tango, good work. Laying it off to Nathan, who's just going to walk into this space. He won't even need to break stride. He's beaten Azar like he wasn't there. Great work by Nathan. Sam, who's on a hat-trick, deserves one. Good tackle by Fergie to deny him at the last moment. Sam tracking Fergie back here. Haroon's helping out. Pum's in the middle. Sam's made an overlapping run. It's a decoy. Fergie just about gets there. Is it a slide? No, it's not.
That was more of a slide than the first one.
Sorry for the X-rated language on the sideline if you heard that. Fergie launching it forward. Flicked away by Momo. Here's Tango. They come forward again, pouring forward as the rain starts pouring on down here. Oh, Sam on a hat-trick. Sam shifts it wide. Pum! 8-2 to Titans. How on earth did that go in? The goalkeeper on the floor, it's bubbled up over him to the frustration of Azar. It's Titans 8, Manchester's Finest 2. And there's still another few moments to go in this game. No, the final whistle has been blown. Nigel has put Manchester's Finest out to their misery. It's been an absolutely brilliant performance by the Titans attack in the second half. And we're going to be approaching the man of the match here. He's got himself 2 goals and a couple of assists as well. Sam, you were unlucky last week in the 4-3 defeat.
Yeah, mistakes lost us the game last week. We played the same. Loads of attacking football, man. Had to all same as last week.
Yeah. In the first half, your defensive frailties were still there. But it's clear that with your experienced heads at half-time, the team seemed to have sorted it out. What did they say?
Yeah, basically, they just we made a few subs as well. Brought fresh legs on. Just to keep it calm. There was a few times just in defence we lost the ball. Yeah. We weren't worried about attacking. Yeah. We've got that every game. We've got Nathan, amazing centre back. Yeah. He's new. It's only his second game. First game was against Underdogs. Yeah. So it's just getting used to him in it. Yeah. And you could tell by even by the second half, the way he plays, he can run with it. We use it to our strength really well. Yeah. Second half. Okay. Yeah.
The before the season, I think you guys were second favourites perhaps to win the league. I know it's too early to say it, but if you play like this every week, you've got every chance, haven't you?
Favourites, man. I thought our second favourites has come from my favourites. Yeah. With all the pre-season games, you're winning them like 6-7s and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think in our own head, we're favourites. We think we're going to win it.
Well, fighting talk there from Sam. Bullish in that they're going to win the league. Sam, you were unlucky not to win the man of the match last week, but you were unanimous favourite among the media team, so well done.
Cheers.
Here's your medal. Sam Rami, thank you very much. Sam, well, Shaf questioning the decision of the man of the match there. And, well, we were saying Sam said that he thinks that the favourites to win the league. Tango will probably disagree with that. Tango likes to play his mind games.